Alright guys, I appreciate everybody taking time to consider my latest Cars and Biz offering, a 2014 Cayenne diesel. She does have miles on her, but we know these diesels, they last, and this has a excellent service history coupled with some recent maintenance, some of which I did myself, I am proud to say. So we're going to do a walk around, and then we're going to go to the interior, and I'm going to demonstrate as well as I can that everything on this rig works properly. And honestly, it's got a lot of these cars do have a lot of options, so hopefully I don't miss anything, but if I do, just ask and I will go back and take a video or pictures or whatever is asked. So the biggest, it's tough to really capture in a video or pictures the repair I did. The biggest thing I can show you is when the EGR and all those little plastic doodads in there are leaking. Man, it is super. I don't even know if you can see it. You can see the residue. You can see the coolant residue. But right through, I don't think you can see it. But through there, the edge of the head, and before it was just soaked with coolant because basically the coolant overflows in the galley and starts leaking out. So I replaced that hose right there. That's one of the hoses I replaced. That guy right there. I think that might be the only thing you can really see. Down there, you can kind of. Okay, so that was coated in coolant before I completed the repair. Down there is the best spot to show that it's fixed. And it was crazy. It was just a complete leak. I have a pump I use, like if I need to put transmission fluid or something, or diff fluid, and I pumped it out. It was nuts. It was just, and it's really deep too. That's the whole thing. Like the coolant really collects down in the galley. So we're gonna do a light check. So we got the lights on. Where's the hazard switch? There we go. And if you've had these cars before, if they have lights out or any sort of problem, I mean, they're really good. You'll get a message displayed, like cornering light, turn signal light, adaptive light, whatever the case may be. They're really good at telling you if you have something you need to fix. And we have 0 messages on this one, which is always good. Alright, let's get the license plate lights. We got the auto hatch. You're gonna see my stuff back there, including my Starbucks cup. I do drink a lot of coffee. Okay, now we're gonna go put her down. All right. So really the only thing to demonstrate in the back, we have the heated seats in the back, which I turned on for the picture, and I'm sitting in it, and it's nice and toasty. All right. Then on the so we have the power sunshade. And you can also control that from the driver's master switch. One thing I'm going to mention on these Cayennes that people who own them may not even know is you can move the rear seat. And you may think, well, who cares about that? But my wife and I had an older dog when she had a 958 for a while. And we actually looked at like Audis and everything, and we took our dog everywhere with us. At any rate, she was older, and she couldn't, if she wanted to come up front, she couldn't get from the back seat to the console because she was older. But the Cayenne has a really interesting feature where you can move the back seat. I'm going to try and do it with one hand. You can move. All right, I can't quite do it. But there's a latch down here, right here. I'm going to put my phone down, so you're going to see black for a second. You can move the back seat forward. And so the right side moves, and then on the driver's side and the center partition move. I could probably move it back by myself. So that's cool. People may not realize that. And then this is the lever you use to drop the back seat, and then it clips in place, which is nice. So it's locked down, and then to put it back up, you can actually put it to different angles. Then you have the little I love the European cars with ashtrays. So old school. And same over here. We got the power sunshade. And then the ashtray. Okay. Guess that's it for the back. Go ahead and close the hood here. And close the door. So this one also has the, it does not have air suspension. So you could say, oh, I want one with air suspension. Yeah, you might, because that's cool. But you don't have to worry about having to repair it when you buy one with steel springs. So in my opinion, that is a plus. Oh, let's go over and do the passenger seat. Okay, so passenger seat, we have what I call the chrome catcher. We have forward, backwards, down, up, down, up, down. Then we have the seat back. And you can't see the lumbar. Well, you might be able to see the lumbar. Undoubtedly. Oh, there it goes in. You can kind of see it. Alright, we did glove box. Locks over here. I think the door has to be closed. Okay, so we're going to do the driver's seat. Okay. Cool. We're going to turn off the hazards before somebody thinks we're getting robbed over here. Alright, so let's get situated here. So there are the locks. Locks. Okay, we're going to do the passenger window. Then we're going to do the okay. We're going to do the alright. Then the rear hatch goes up. So you can put the rear hatch up from this button, but you cannot close it. You have to walk around to the back. Trunk open. Thanks. Got it. So here are our gauges. We are obviously at temp. We have the lane change. So if I turn it off, oop, what did I do? Put the window down. So if you turn it off and then turn it on, it'll light up showing that the system is ready. System is ready. Alright, we're going to do the passenger mirror. We're going to do the driver mirror. I'm going to go close the rear hatch because I got a little giraffe up here. Okay, let's see what else. Let's go ahead and put the window up. Alright, we did our light check, cruise, check. Let's see, horn, wipers. So we have the auto dim rear view mirror. You have all your features on the overhead console, sunroof. Check. And if you want to vent it, you go beep, vent, and close, and close. We have our, so this does have two mirrors, or sun visors I should say. It's nice. You might think, who cares about that? It comes in handy. There. Okay, windows up. Everything on the PCM works and should.
Up to date with the AccuWeather app.
Let me turn it on. Do all your sound, etc. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. Let's see. Steering wheel controls. You go through your there's our TPMS, all your various menus here. So I always like having it on like the vehicle gauges. So you have your analog gauges, but I also like the digital gauges. Just one more gauge. And as for your Bluetooth, you can program this button to do anything you want. Your paddle shifters, or I don't know if you call those paddle shifters. They're not going to do anything because we're in park. See, it lights over in a manual. Then if you want to go back into drive, you just click the shifter over. Alright. Power steering wheel. There's that little guy right there. You basically push it in if you want to go in, up, down, out, and in. Okay, there, we did our lights, we did our cruise. E-brake, electronic. Then you want to turn it off. Okay. So we're going to do the fan speeds. So it obviously has independent. We all know this. Nothing new here. Independent fan speeds. And you can have them separate if you want them, or you can sync them up if you want to do that. Then it goes off the drivers. It's a little aggressive. Alright, so then we have our recirc, defrost, hazards. We have our rear defrost, hill descent, which I guess is good for towing. I've actually never used that. I think it regulates braking or speed or something. I'm not really sure, but it pops up there. So it is functional if you choose to use it. We have all our buttons over here working. Heated and cooled. In case anybody was wondering, you can have heated and cooled on at the same time. I don't know why you want to, but you could. So my wife and I joked when we first got into Cayennes, I like air on my feet. She hates air on her feet. This is not a very commonly found feature. Mercedes, they might do this now, but when we got her last Cayenne, they did not have this feature. Even in the AMG 63 Mac Daddy, they didn't, which was surprising. Alright, everything is good there. Alright, now we have our, I hope you're still with me, I know this is a long video. So we have our off-road, four-wheel drive, on, and then you turn it off. So transfer case, fully functional. Sport mode, sport mode, sport mode, sport mode. You get to hold that. Yeah. You can turn PSM off. I don't know why you would want to, but you can. We have our USB and auxiliary input. All right, there you go. 20-minute video. This might be a record. I wanted to point out the hands on the Sport Chrono, the second hands have come off. You see them falling down there. It's a very common issue. Unfortunately, there's no way around it. The only way to fix it is to replace the clock. You can get a used one off eBay. New ones are ridiculously expensive. I had a Panamera years ago where I took the whole thing apart and tried to fix it. Because the hands are right there. You're like, I can fix it. No, or actually just the hand. This one just has a second hand. You can't. I tried. I completely destroyed it when I was trying to fix it, and I got one off eBay because the new one was just ridiculous. So I just want to point that out so everyone's aware. There it is. Second hand. If you want to try and fix it, more power to you. I'm not going to take it apart because then I'm looking at a new clock or Sport Chrono or whatever you want to call it. All right, cool deal. Hopefully this answers any and all questions. But if you come up with anything, let me know. Thank you.